Colonization never ended in the white supremacist system. And as we see today, the colonization is in the mind. Now, those who have been enslaved and those who have been colonized, we're still dealing with the remnants of that through the colonization of the mind. Pick up my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, and we will help deprogram you from the colonization that was put upon you by generations and generations of white supremacy. You can pick it up today on Amazon.com.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Dr. Jamille Harrell-Sims, and I'm a proud contributor to the African Diaspora News channel. Make sure you click like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you can be notified each time we upload a new video. I am livid, brothers and sisters, when it comes to our babies, our children, and our elders. I am livid. So today I'm reporting some news from Oahu, Hawaii. And this occurred in 2020, but this has just been reported today, and I want you to know about this situation right here. So in Oahu, Hawaii, a 10-year-old, highly melanated Aboriginal little girl, aka black, and it clearly says a black girl, 10. That's the first 3 words you see, a black girl. According to Yahoo News, a 10-year-old black girl was arrested for not bringing a weapon, not making a hit list, not kicking or trying to beat up a teacher. She was arrested because she drew a picture of her bully. That's right, she drew a picture. This young lady who has ADHD has been bullied, by this other kid. And let me tell you, as an educator and a professor of psychology, communication studies, African American family studies, history, I'm telling you, children of that age group cannot articulate the pain and trauma that they're going through. This is why we have art therapy. This is why we have journaling. This is why we have poetry. This is why when we deal with children, we use the arts to help them recover from trauma, because they can't articulate the pain and suffering that they're going through. So they draw pictures. So apparently this little girl drew a picture of her bully. It doesn't say what the picture entailed, what was so disturbing about the picture. Nonetheless, that picture was shown, it looks like, to the parent of the bully. The teacher should be fired, because I would not show that picture to the parent of the bully. I would have gotten some information and figured out what was going on and talked to the parent of the child who drew the picture before I did something like that. So this teacher showed the picture to the parent of the bully, and that parent was so upset. Now I understand, I'm a parent and I'm a grandparent, but that parent was so upset, she demanded that the school call the police. So what did they do? They always do with our children. They called the popo. Police came and they arrested that 10-year-old. They did not contact the parent. They arrested her without the parent, and they interrogated her without the parent. Now in California, if a child is under 12, you have to do a Gladys R, and that's to make sure they understand right from wrong. And they pull that crap here. I've seen it. I did 7 years in the school district. I've seen it. They try that. If there's not another person with a badge to stop them and to correct it, shout out to those who know what they're supposed to be doing rather than going along to getting along. Anyway, the ACLU got involved, and the ACLU has been lobbying and fighting for the school district and the Oahu Police Department to pay this girl and her mother $500,000 in damages, and to change their policy, and to change a policy to where school officials cannot call the police on any child unless there is an imminent threat. There is a weapon. There is something that says we are in immediate danger of this child. Immediate. And ACLU is right. You should not be calling the police on kids that are not an imminent threat. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be our children that get called on. So this young lady who, and another one from USA Today states that the young lady is disabled. And she was handcuffed. So, this is a big problem here, and states Honolulu. So here's what I have to say about it. The young lady was falsely imprisoned. She was denied access to her parent. Her civil rights were violated. She was interrogated without even understanding that she had a right to an attorney. I would sue the parent because, listen, if my child was your bully and I found out that your child was so disturbed behind my child's action, I wouldn't be calling the police on your child. I wouldn't even ask that. I'd go home and deal with my child because my child would be the cause of this problem. So that parent should have went home and dealt with their kid who's causing harm to this other child. Because apparently, if your child is picking on another kid, there's something going on in your house you need to address. Maybe you have a problem and your children only model what they see. So you are the problem. But instead, you just ruined this other child's life because you couldn't raise your child properly. But then again, our lives don't, we're Black. We're supposed to be able to take all that. So they also states that, now USA states that the child was falsely imprisoned and the police prevented her from leaving 2 rooms when she was confined. So they confined her in a room. Now I've seen this also. I've seen a 2nd grader put in behind like a cage. They made it sound like this child was so disturbed and was tearing up everything, and that wasn't the case when I got there. And that was a very racist principle, very racist, and I told her that to her face. But, $500,000 in damages to the child and the mother, there's no mention of a father. And if there is a dad, it's not mentioned. So I think that there should be a much larger amount attached to that, because this child now is going to need not only therapy from being bullied, the child's going to need trauma-informed therapy from being arrested, held against her will, and interrogated. $500,000 is not going to cover the damage that child has gone through, and the mother. That's not going to cover it. Because remember, $500,000, they pay it, then there's, maybe you don't pay taxes on it, but attorney gets a certain amount. It's really, in today's society, when homes, a regular home run you about $700,000, that's not enough. That child needs to have enough money to be in a private school or to be homeschooled and get the services that child needs and have that trauma-informed therapy, the art therapy that the child would have gotten, which is how you figure out, this is an avenue for a child to be able to express their opinion. This is the avenue. Art therapy, drawing pictures, writing stories, keeping journals, telling stories, painting. This is what we do with children. So my thoughts to the Black family: keep sending your kids to their schools. You don't know how much damage has been done. And when your child tells you something's going on, please listen. Please listen. And if your child is a bully, you need to deal with that. You need to deal with why your child feels empowered to go and hurt others. Let me know what you think in the comments. May the Most High bless you and keep you.
Starting your Locker natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a Black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.